Let's go. Let's do this thing, right? So first things first, you guys can win stuff. Here's how you do that. You subscribe to my YouTube channel, you comment on my YouTube videos, and you share my YouTube videos into social media, tagging myself or my business page in it. One person every single week is going to win something. So there is that. Also, let me just bring some attention to my Squad Goals coffee cup. That's right, it's Rainbow Bright. I'm just saying, I am feeling myself and Rainbow Bright right now. So there is that. I just love the 90s, the 80s. It just takes me on back and it's where I want to be. Like, let me just be there, you know? So today what we're talking about is basically what to do when what to do when someone asks you to speak at their event. Okay, so hi, I see you guys in the live chat. Good morning. Go ahead and keep commenting and stuff. I'll circle back and put you guys up on screen. So what to do when people ask you to speak at their event? I know that there's a first reaction that's like, what? You know, like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? And then that's where things kind of get maybe chaotic and sloppy. And so what I want for you guys is to make sure that we don't get chaotic and sloppy, and that rather we know what we're gonna talk about, that it makes sense for the people in front of us, for us to know whether we should even really be speaking at that event or not. There's all sorts of things that come into play here, or how to be able to make your talk fit an event, you know, like any event, but still know what you're going to say and how you're going to say it, right? So basically, what do you do whenever somebody asks you to speak at their event? Well, do you already have a talk worked out? And once you have one talk worked out, typically you can have, you know, I mean, you just recreate that talk 3, 4, 5 different times. And then all of a sudden you've got options to be able to send people. So I guess my first question is this. Tell me in the comments section, are you wanting to speak at events? Are you wanting to be on stages? And stages can be anything from a podcast to in a news segment. My biweekly news segment in Tampa is a stage. It's a very big stage, actually. So it doesn't look like an event, but it's a really big stage. It gets put out, it gets, you know, put in front of a whole lot of people, right? Are you wanting to be on stages of sorts? And not everybody wants to. I'm not saying that everybody wants to, but a lot of people might be like, well, I'm an introvert. I don't really want to be on stage. I am a huge introvert. And a lot of people are like, what? But I am. I'm an introvert. I get weird. So if you put me in a big group of people, like this weekend, I'm going to be in a big group of people. There's a Orlando Magic thing. We're going to have dinner at like the Orlando Magic's owner's house. I'm sure I'm going to be weird. And then the next day, there's this whole auction thing at the Ritz-Carlton that we go to. Anyway, there's going to be a lot of people there, and I'm going to be weird. I'm going to be weird because I'm an introvert. And so you get me into public settings like that, I can be good for like a certain amount of time, and then I just sort of like would like to just melt into the wall. I would like to no longer be seen, please. Like that's, it's how it goes. If you guys are introverts, you know, you're like, I can hang for a bit. And then it's like lights out. I need to go somewhere. I need alone time. Now I just stop I stop making eye contact. Don't talk to me anymore. Like I can't, you know? But anyway, I don't want you guys to think that if you're an introvert that you can't be a speaker. Here's the thing is like, when you're speaking on stage in front of, you know, either hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of people, it's still just you. And typically you can't really even see the people because the lights are on you and you kind of just see this like light and then this dark haze. You know people are in there, but you can't see them. And so I think really what Harder to speak in front of, just so you guys know, what's harder to speak in front of is a fully lit audience. So think teachers, think college professors, and you see all of the people looking at you and kind of just staring at you, emotionless. And that's hard, right? But whenever you're speaking like on a stage and stuff, guys, it's like an introvert's dream, because you really are speaking kind of into the abyss. You're letting it land on people and stuff like that, but it's you. You're doing it, you know? And it's the same as doing video. There's me and a camera in this room. It's not me and hundreds of people, or, you know, I don't have to interact and do a whole lot of, you know, extroverted stuff in my video. I'm talking to a camera, but you better believe I'm talking to you, right? It's like this is the best job for us introverts, I'm just saying. So whenever you have people ask you to speak at an event, the first question that I would ask them is, what is the event for, right? Who are the people coming to the event? I wouldn't say how many people are coming to the event, because that really makes no difference when you're just starting out. Who are the people coming to the event? What are they coming to the event for, right? And it's really smart if you can even see a sales page or an info page for the event, so you see what they're expecting. And then you'll be able to help deliver on what they're expecting, right? So what you need to do first is you need to develop your own talk, your own. It's basically like, it's an outline of how you're going to, like the things that you're going to say at different events whenever you go there. It's an outline of it that can be made to be 30 seconds long, or you can extend it out for 45 minutes if you need to, right? So what is that talk? And the purpose of that talk, the key parts of that talk are going to be like your story, you know, why you're talking about this, and then how does it lead into what you do and how they can work with you further. Now, I'm not saying a sales talk. There are way too many people being taught to be salesmen on stage. I mean, how many events have you been to where essentially every single talk that happened was selling something? There's nothing wrong with selling on stage, but when everybody does it, it all looks the same, it all looks disingenuous, and it just feels sideways, right? And so what we want to do is we want to give on stage. And of course, the way that my systems and processes always play out is that we give, and then people get curious, and then they want to join our stuff. And we set that path up, right? It's not by accident. It's not like we're hoping and praying they get curious. We create the curiosity, and we also set up the path. But it allows us to be as graceful as possible on stage and not sitting there selling stuff. Does that make sense? That's the most amazing thing. When you can show up in that kind of grace and that kind of value and give, and then allow the rest of the process, the system that I've created, right, to be able to work itself out. And so what we're going to be doing tomorrow, just so you know, this is tomorrow. Megan and I actually made a workshop for how you can create your own talk. And this talk can be used in, on stage. It can be used on a podcast. It can be used in a blog. It can be used everywhere and should be used everywhere, because it's going to become your calling card. It's how people are going to know who you are, what you stand for, what matters to you. I had somebody ask me a question a couple of weeks ago, and they said, so what is your percentage of closing? What's your closing rate? Who of the people that know of you, who works with you? And then we went over those numbers. And they said, the next question was this, and it was interesting. They said, of the people that aren't working with you, what do they not know about you then? Because the assumption is if they would know everything about me and my heart and why I serve and all of this stuff and what I deliver, then every single person would work with me, right? And so the question they asked me, and it was so good. Well, then what do the people that aren't working with you, what do they not know about you yet? And I'm like, oh man, that's good. And so what we're doing is we're weaving into this talk. We're making sure that everybody knows what they need to know about you in this space right here. They know everything. And of course, we're going to go ahead and weave in personality science to it as well. And we're making sure that we are communicating to every single type of personality in the audience. And it's all going to be pulled together in this workshop tomorrow night. If you want to join the workshop, that's totally cool. If not, no big deal. But if you want to join it, it's tomorrow, 5:30 p.m., okay, Eastern Standard Time. The link for it is in the description of this video, all right? It's the Craft Your People Dying to Work With You workshop, right? Like we're gonna craft that talk, and that's the work, we're gonna do it in workshop style like we do, okay? It always starts off with mindset, and if you wanna roll your eyes, that's totally fine, but if you roll your eyes, you need it more than everybody else. I love you so much. We start off with mindset, unlocking what that story is. A lot of us don't realize what our stories are. So we're gonna unlock what that story is, and then within that, this isn't just used as a talk. This isn't just on stage. This is now your About Me. Part of it is your About Me on your website, right? It's the way you share your story with people forever and ever, amen. What we're unlocking is what matters to people, okay? This is everything. This is it. This is how we get people's attention and how we let them know that we're here for them, okay? So if you want to join it tomorrow, that's cool. I will see you tomorrow night at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Megan and I will be here in my office with the virtual whiteboard. You don't see it over here. Or it's not virtual, it's here. What is it, a digital whiteboard? It's digital, but anyway. So there is that. Let me see what you guys are talking about, and then we're going to pop out of here. Jennifer is so excited for the workshop. Yes! As always, gold here. Oh, Melanie, I appreciate you. Cindy, good morning to you. Let's see here. Natalie sounds like me. Oh, man. Hi, Hugs Wall. Yeah, exactly. Let me just melt back there into the wall. Oh, man. You guys, I'm going to pop out of here. You have the best day ever. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.